Yam Shaiva Samupasate Shivayidi Brahmeti Vedantino Bauddha Buddhayidi Pramana Padavaha Kartedi Nahiyayigaha Arhan Nityadhajaina Shasanarada Karmeti Mimamsaga Soyam Vo Vidadhadu Vanchita Phalam Trailokyanato Hari Soyam Vo Vidadhadu Vanchita Phalam Trailokyanato Hari Shuddho Buddho Vimukta Sudishikaragiram Mukhyatat Paryabhumihi Yasmad Jadam Samastam Jagadidam Amrtat Vyapya Sarvam Sthido Yaha Yasyam Sham Shavataraihi Suranaravanajayir Rakshidam Sarvametad Tam Bhumanam Mugundam Hridigatamalam Krishnameva Prapadye Tam Bhumanam Mugundam Hridigatamalam Krishnameva Prapadye Madhya Hridaya Kashe Sadanandamayo Guru Udedu Satatam Samyag Swatmananda Prabodhagaha Hari 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 Om Tat Sat Jaya Guru Jaya Guru We shall have 3 times the collective recitation of the auspicious monosyllable Omkara. Interlock your fingers and put them on your lap. Sit comfortably erect. Open the mouth and heart and join me. Needless to say that every one of you should deliberately think in the form of a sankalpa that our joint recitation should spread upon the whole of the earth, showering its benedictions on every living being upon the planet. You know, you should take a full breath, then start reciting. Very well. You are doing well. Hari, 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 Om Tat Sat. Jaya Guru. All of you repeat. Karpanya dosho bhagata swabhava
कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः
पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः
धर्मसम्मूढचेताः
यच्छ्रेयस्यात्
यच्छ्रेयस्यात्
निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे
निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे
शिष्यस्तेऽहम् शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम् शिष्यस्तेऽहम् शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम् See, we are making very, very rational evaluations. When something is evaluated, and in the process of evaluation, we are very cogent, consistent, rational, and systematic, then nobody can dispute that evaluation. Once such an evaluation is made, then you cannot but accept it, because you have intelligence with you. The intelligence is always meant to analyze matters, probe into matters, inquire into matters, and assess properly, determine properly. It helps the mind always. We are not prepared to deal with our mind, that is our problem. People have likes and dislikes. Okay, you have likes and dislikes, but can you not handle them? You meet 10 people, suddenly we feel that 6 of them are all right, 4 people I don't like. People generally say this. Is there any point in it? 10 people have come to you, you have looked at them, and they have gone away. Suddenly, why should you say, I like 6 of them, but not 4? So that is the trap our mind, our emotions put us to. So we must always be on guard, and we should be managing and sublimating our likes and dislikes. I always say that in the whole of my life, I have learned only 2 things. Not to do what I like and to do what I dislike. Nobody is living alone. We are all living in a group. So whenever you propose to do something, even in your own family members, all of them may not like it equally. So you must be able to moderate your likes and dislikes. Suppose you are not able to do, you have the consolation that somebody else has wanted me not to do, therefore I am not doing. That person is dear to me, close to me, I am living with him. So this is okay. Vice versa also. This ichcha and dvesha, liking and disliking, desire and hatred, these are our troubles. Yesterday, we have clearly found that the objects of the world are inert. They are lifeless. They are not sentient. They are not sachetanas. They are nischetana. And therefore, they cannot generate any experience or knowledge. Our body and senses also are a product of the food we eat, and they are absolutely matter, material. And being so, they cannot also generate an experience and knowledge. Can you dispute it? Huh? No. Then accept it. Understand that your body and senses are inert. This will mean a Himalayan revolution in you. The other day somebody came here. I asked him, we had a discussion. He said, Swamiji, it is a truth very, very difficult to accept and act upon. You have to act upon it. then automatically the question arises, how are we experiencing? It is not because of the body and the mind. It is not because of the body and senses. Then it is because of the mind. So from that point onwards, mind becomes the sole focus of your life. If your sole focus becomes the mind, can you imagine how much of change will take place? You will be a golden person in a matter of months and years. Let your focus be on your mind. And what is this mind? It is not as simple as you think. You cannot see it like your hand, like your leg, feet, etc. But nevertheless, the mind is there. We experience the mind. And that mind is the one every day in your life. At the end of the 16-hour wakefulness, all the interactions that you have done, together with the impacts that they have made, which can be greatly various, ranging from maximum pleasantness to the more worst of unpleasantness. All of them are wiped off by this mind and you are pushed to sleep. So tell me, what is the power of the mind? Is there any life situation or life impact which the mind cannot wipe off? When I ask you, what is your answer? Yes or no? Yes. Only one person to say yes? आपने नहीं सुना क्या? आपके माइंड के पास 16 घंटों के व्यवहार, उन व्यवहारों का सारा कुछ भिन्न भिन्न रूपी फल, इनको सभी को आधा सेकंड से आधा उतने समय लेकर मिटाने की शक्ति है या नहीं? जोर से बोलिए ना सभी। हाँ। Then what are you looking for? Let it be any misery, let it be any calamity. The mind has got the power to assimilate it, to outlive it. Every day it does it. That mind you don't believe. How will you know it? Only when a man of adequate, the necessary realization explains it to you. When I explain it, I am sure nobody can oppose what I say. I am a specialist in that. To present propositions which cannot be refuted. This mind you are keeping with you and you are dancing before the world, bowing before the world. The world is inert, Panchabhutas are inert, and the entire world is made up of Panchabhutas. And that world is going to put you into trouble for what reason? Be a master and a mistress of the world, never a slave and a servant of the world. You can serve the world, but you are not a servant in the bad sense of the term. Now, if objects do not have any joy, so you don't have to look outside for joy at all, then which is the fountain of joy? The fountain of joy is hidden within your sleep, with the I who sleeps. It is not with the body. It is with the I who sleeps. The I gets up and then say, I slept. So the sleep does not belong to the body, it belongs to the I. And that I is the blissful factor in our personality. See how, in answer to the pertinent question Arjuna made, Krishna puts it across so beautifully. Prajahadi yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmanye atmana tushtaha. This one sentence I would like you to recite 1000 times. Atmani eva atmana tushtaha. इसका अर्थ समझते हैं? अपने में ही आपको लेकर अपने से संतुष्ट हो जाता है. स्वयं के बिना और कोई नहीं है. आत्मनि एव आत्मना तुष्टः. You become contented and delighted by yourself, not by your body, not by your mind, not by your intelligence, not by your ego, not by the world. Atmani eva atmana tushtaha. Boliye.
eva atmana tushtaha.
In a poetic form, it becomes Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha.
Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha.
Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha.
Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha.
Boliye.
Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha. Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha. Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha. Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha.
Bas. This is the Sthita Prajna state. The word Prajna relates to the consciousness, the awareness that you have. Consciousness is so called because it is a presence which can never be defined, because it is unlike all the objects in the world. सभी विषयों से अलग है. उसका नाम है विषयी. जो विषयों का ग्रहण करता है वो विषयी है. उस विषयी का स्वरूप या अनुभव हम कभी नहीं बोल पाएंगे. क्यों? हमारी सारी भाषा विषयों पर आधारित है और सारे विषय विषयी से अलग है, विलक्षण है. उस विषयी को हम कैसे समझाएंगे? हमारे पास जो भाषा है, जितने पद है, वाक्य है, सब कुछ विषयों पर आधारित है, विषयी पर नहीं है. विषयी भीतर उपस्थित है. So the only way you can explain it in the way he says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogadan. Not only that you leave all the objects of the world, even the desire for the objects of the world, if you are true to this understanding. No object can produce contentment. Then why should you think about them? Why should you have any desire for them? So abandon all your desires for objects and then don't go to sleep. Atmani eva, in yourself, Atmana, by virtue of yourself, remain contented. So there is such a stage. In sleep it is hidden, as I said. That hidden thing in the sleep we should be able to bring forward in the wakefulness. When a man is able to do so, he is called a Sthita Prajna. Literal meaning of the word Sthita Prajna is a man of stable wisdom or understanding or stable consciousness. Now when we are wakeful, what happens? The consciousness goes on producing a number of thoughts, emotions, feelings, memories, reasons and what not. None of these things will be produced by the consciousness. It will remain like itself. An example that Bhagavad Gita Krishna himself gives is that Yatha Deepo Nivatastho Nengate Sopama Sprada. A lamp, lit lamp, placed in a windless place, how it does not flicker at all. It simply remains like this. Not in this way. This is how the chitta of the yogi becomes when he is absorbed in meditation. The consciousness becomes steady. That man will have contentment within himself, all from himself. Now this contentment comes out of the stillness and composure of the mind. When the mind becomes very placid and quiescent, we cannot obviously always remain like that. Maybe we are able to sit for about 1 hour, 45 minutes, or 1 hour 15 minutes or 1.5 hours. When I was in Calcutta with my profession, I used to meditate for 1.25 hours every day during the day and 1.25 hours at night before going to sleep, after returning from the office. So 2.5 hours I used to meditate. The 2.5 hours, it was meditation, means for me my meditation was a vibrant, pleasant state. What about the non-meditative hours? One can only remain active and vibrant. He will not be able to remain meditatively absorbed. So what happens to the non-meditative hours? He says, the sthita prajna becomes a sthita dhi. In meditation, the consciousness itself is steady. But in the non-meditative hours, in the wakeful hours, interactional hours, the intelligence becomes steady. The knowledge of the intelligence does not flicker. Whatever experience you have had in meditation, that meditative experience lingers in you in the form of an understanding. Am I clear? Huh? I did meditate, I did meet contentment, I did have contentment, and the contentment did not come from an object, it emerged from the subject, clearly proving that the I in me itself is blissful, itself is contented. It does not look for contentment. It is itself pleasant. It is itself pleasing. It does not look for anything else. Because my consciousness was steady. If that is so, if I was contented in meditation and my nature itself is contentment, will that I change in the non-meditative hours? हाँ? चुप रहते हैं क्यों? जिसके प्रति हम बोल रहे हैं मैं हूँ, जो हूँ वाली उपस्थिति कभी बदलेगी क्या? हूँ वाली उपस्थिति, आग बदलेगा? आग सभी समय वो गर्म है, प्रकाशमान भी है. कोई एक वस्तु अपनी नेचर है ना, अपना स्वभाव या स्वरूप, उसको कभी नहीं बदलेगा. इसीलिए यदि मैं कंटेंटेड था 1 घंटे तक, 1.5 घंटों तक, यदि मेरा स्वभाव कंटेनमेंट है, तब जगने से भी, व्यवहार में लगते रहने पर भी बदलेगा क्या? हाँ? This steadiness you must have. This steadiness you must have. All of you were boys and girls. You started saying I. After some time you got married. When you got married, did the I change in you? बोलिए ना. I also got married. When you became a parent, did it change? Huh? When you became old, did it change? You say I am. When you were a boy, you said I am. When you became youthful, you said I am. When you got married, you said I am. When you become a parent, you said I am. So it has no change. Is it so? Yes. Can you retain this understanding? स्वामी मुश्किल है. क्या मुश्किल है? 2 + 3 5 बोलने में आपको क्या मुश्किल है? हाँ? 5 × 10 कितना है? 50 × 10 कितना है? 500 × 10 कितना है? 5000 × 10 कितना है? 50,000. आप मानते हैं ना? बैंक में इंटरेस्ट भी लगाते हैं. इसी प्रकार सोचकर, do you bring 50,000 things together, count them and then say 50,000? Or you say 50,000? यदि ये ज्ञान बुद्धि में सभी समय जागृत है, अपने प्रति ऐक्य प्रति जो ज्ञान है वो क्यों जागृत नहीं रहेगा? आप बेवकूफ है, इसीलिए नहीं मान पाता. Why don't you attack this? Assault this knowledge. If I have found that I was happy, I was blissful, and the blissfulness came from me alone, I have to conclude that I am blissful. If I am blissful, I will continue to be blissful whatever I do. Even when I am crying, I am blissful. Who is crying? The eyes are crying, the throat is crying. You don't cry. You are different from the body. When you become happy, who is becoming happy? Maybe your mind becomes happy. You are not becoming happy. You remain there as a witness. As a witness, you remain there. And after some time, the happiness goes away and you become perhaps unhappy also. So the I does not get involved, It remains the witness. The witness will not become the witnessed, and the witness cannot become the witness too. Tell me whether you are a witness or the witnessed. हाँ? यदि विटनेस हो, सभी समय विटनेस है. बंधन का विटनेस है, जब मोक्ष प्राप्त हो जाएगा उसी समय मोक्ष का भी विटनेस है. Is it clear? Arey, this is the greatness of India, Baba. This is the greatness of India. We are analyzing, not saying God, but thinking about what I am saying. About whom or what am I saying? Now, when a man becomes steady in his intellect, how will it be? How will he be? Dukheshu anudvignamanaha sukeshu vigataspruhaha vitaraga bhayakrodhaha stidadhir muniruchyate. बस हो गया. एक श्लोक में बताया गया है स्थित प्रज्ञ कौन है, और दूसरे श्लोक में आंसर दिया है स्थितधि कौन है. अर्जुन का प्रश्न क्या था? स्थित प्रज्ञ कौन है, स्थितधि कौन है? दोनों की जवाब हो गई. बोलिए. दुखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः
दुखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः.
ए, तुम कहाँ देख रही हो? मुझे देखो, अच्छी तरह बोलो. क्या हो गया? दुखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः
दुखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः
सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः
सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः
वीतरागभयक्रोधः
वीतरागभयक्रोधः
स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते
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 स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते.
In 3 lines, each consisting of 8 letters, altogether in 24 letters, he has defined a great personality, a great knower, fulfilled knower. Dukheshu anudvignamanaha. Any number of dukkhas may come, but he does not have anything like an agitation or a torment as such, because he has understood that life is in the nature of sukha dukkhas. If the nature of life itself is to bring sukha dukkhas, when dukkha comes, what is there? Whether it comes through death or disease or poverty. Thoda suniye na. Whether the dukkha comes from disease, death or poverty, from sickness, death or poverty, garibi, in whatever manner it comes, for the mind it is dukkha. And this dukkha is the nature of life. Suppose you are alone in this world and you interact with the world, you have no family, no relatives, even then you will have dukkha. Because sense-object contact will produce sukha and dukkha. The dukkha may come in any manner. What is there to think about it? If no relative dies, everything is happy, you are rich, you are comfortable, you are healthy, even then life will be producing sukha dukkhas. If you understand it in this manner, in dukkheshu, you don't have to have unnecessary agitation. It is a passing phase, it will come and go. Any number of dukkhas may come. Come. I am here, not going. You come only to go. You go only to come. I am the only person remaining all along, and nothing happens to me, and your coming and going repeatedly proves that I am. I don't come and I don't go. I exist firmly in myself. So what is the notice and the proof that sukha dukkhas are coming? That I am there to receive them, to remain afloat in them, allowing them to come and go. So every time sukha dukkhas come, each and both prove my stability, my poise, my constancy. Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha, sukheshu vigadaspruha. Similarly, when you have a sukha, you don't have an overwhelming desire or fascination for it. This is called stability. What is stability? Stability is to withstand sukha dukkhas. Stability is to remain poised in sukha dukkhas. Stability is to remain the witness of both sukha dukkhas. That is the stability. Don't think of any other stability at all. Nothing will be spiritual. Spirituality means to be stable in sukha and dukkha. At least one family in Jamshedpur, I have found, they have taken to the death of a son very, very nicely. Admirably, I should say. Maybe one more family is there. What is it that we are magnifying? क्यों बैठाते हैं? किसको? किसके लिए? एक पैसे का बेनिफिट नहीं होगा, फिर भी हर एक घटने को आप बैठाते हैं। क्या आवश्यक है? आते रहिए, आते दीजिए, आने दीजिए ना, जाने दीजिए। आपको कुछ नहीं होगा, मैं कुछ नहीं होने वाला हूँ वाली जो उपस्थिति है शरीर के भीतर, उसको कभी कुछ नहीं होगा, कुछ नहीं होगा, और उसी समान रहेगा। दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः। साथ ही साथ क्या होता है? वीतराग भय क्रोधः। बोलिए,
वीतराग भय क्रोधः।
बोलिए ना आचार्य।
वीतराग भय क्रोधः। वीतराग भय क्रोधः।
आप करेंगे?
वीतराग भय क्रोधः।
हर एक दीवार में लिख कर रखिए, एक नोटिस दीजिए, यदि चाहिए हम प्रिंट करके देंगे। वीतराग भय क्रोधः। दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू बिकम इन दिस वर्ल्ड। अमीर बनना, विदेश जाना, ये सब नहीं है। You should become Vitaraga Bhaya Krodha. You should not have any desire at all, any hatred at all, any fear at all. Till we die, we shall all live. If we live, we cannot avoid death. Our life is only till death. And when death will come, nobody can say. Our body is made by nature, evolved by nature, and it lives according to its own heredity, its own health and well-being. In India, this is the figure I got some time back. I did not check it now. 5 lakhs of people are dying on the roads we have made, by the vehicles we have made, by the traffic laws we are administering. 5 lakhs of people are dying. Saying that, do we not get into the vehicles? Are we not driving vehicles? Are we not accepting public transport? इसका अर्थ क्या है? 5 lakhs of people. Our objective is to reduce it to 0. We are trying. Railway accidents have been a lot reduced. Do you know why? On the road many people drive. On the rail only one driver drives. Only one train is there at a time. Here, naturally they will hit. So understand the world in a full manner. Vitaraga bhaya krodha. So desire is to be sublimated, hatred is to be sublimated, and fear also is to be sublimated. Don't have any imaginary fear. Actual fear is to be dealt with and honored. Imaginary fear to be avoided. मुझे क्या होगा? दुनिया को क्या होगा? वो मुझे भी होगा. दुनिया में जो असंभव है मेरी जिंदगी में कभी नहीं होगा. So what is there? Think in a larger manner. So a sthidadhi is one whose intelligence becomes steady, knowing well what he was according to his experience in the meditatively absorbed state. So in the light of that he becomes a sthidadhi. देख लीजिए, यह सर्वत्रानभिस्नेहः तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम नाभिनंदति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. That person's prajna becomes pradishtita, stable, whose yas sarvatranabhisnehah tattat prapya shubhashubham nabhinandadi nadveshti tasya prajna pratishthita. I told you that I am going to tell you tomorrow. Yesterday I said a few verses from Bhagavad Gita, each of which is independent and full. All the 2 verses, both the verses I recited are independently full. What is Sthita Prajna? What does he get? How to go about it? What is the method to become a Sthita Prajna? And how does a Sthita Prajna become a Sthidadhi? हो गया. जिंदगी के प्रति जो कुछ जानने का है सब कुछ खत्म हो गया, समाप्त. Now here he says, how do you have to do vyavahara, activity and interaction in the world? He says, yaha, whoever, sarvatra, everywhere, anabhisneha. Don't restrict your love and fondness to your family members. होगा क्या? Huh? I am not asking you not to love your family members. As you are loving your family members, you love all families in this world. ये संभव है या नहीं? Huh? This is only expansion. When a child is born, the mother should know that as is my child born, so are born all children in this world. So the mother's mind should expand. And she must be able to think of all children as she will think of her child. This is called anabhisneha. Instead of encircling your fondness to the family, broaden it, widen it, and have universal fondness. And with such expanded fondness, what should you do? Shubha Shubham Prapya. Every day, every week, every fortnight, every month, every year, something good, something bad, something auspicious, something inauspicious will come. When auspiciousness and inauspiciousness come, Nabhinamdadi nadveshti. Do not receive it with a compliment and do not look at it with a hatred, resentment. Your mind should become what?
Neutral.
Not neutral, accepting both, at home with both, like floating in drowning waters. Nabhinamdadi nadveshti. Do not welcome anything and do not resent anything. Sukhadukhas will come. Nobody has more sukhadukhas and nobody has less of them. When everything is happy and all right, even then sukhadukhas will be the nature of life, the nature of interactions. So this conflicting position, abhinandana and dvesha, compliment and resentment, these two enemies should be cast aside. Nabhinandadi nadveshti tasya prajna pratishtita. Tell me, where do you have to go to practice this? Huh? Do you have to go anywhere? First of all say, I will not have any special fondness for anybody. Have a general fondness. Now if you have 2 kilograms of fondness, make it 20. But it should be for all. Make it 200, but it should be for all. Not, ये मेरा है, वो दूसरा है. मेरे प्रति अच्छा, दूसरे प्रति खराब. This is the trap that you have to overcome. ये संभव है? चुप रहते हैं, देख लीजिए ना. ये संभव है या नहीं? अरे, I am only asking you to be the owner of tons and tons of fondness. Now you are not even the owner of 10 kilograms fondness. Your fondness is in grams, not in kilograms. Selfish. You can love only your child. You are not able to love another child. Even when you love another child, the mother is not going to hand over the child to you. Nabhinamdadi nadveshti tasya prajna pratishtita. Is it not a full verse? Is it not a full sadhana? Then he says, in the 3rd chapter, you should not have delusional clinging, sangha to anything. The whole trouble is the delusional clinging that you have. Your clinging is born out of delusion. Moha janya hai, hamara moh. Hamara, kya bolenge? Sang. Moha janya hai. So he says, tasmat asaktas satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma paramapnodi purushaha. A full formula. Do all the activities that you want and that you can. Anything. In the case of Arjuna, killing people here and giving your own son Abhimanyu to be killed. Do anything and everything. Whatever is to be done, for whatever reason it may be, in doing so, there is nothing wrong. Asakto hyacharan karma. But you should not have any delusional clinging. If the delusional clinging is not there, by doing all the work that you want to do or you are forced to do, paramapnodi purushaha, you will attain the supreme in human life. So what is the formula? Is it not doing or doing without delusional clinging? Where is delusion? In the mind. How can it be taken away? By operating the intelligence and making the intelligence work on the mind. All that I am discussing, I am speaking words. Every word is an idea. An idea is a unit measure of knowledge. So through my talk, I am only conveying knowledge. You are receiving them. Your intelligence is getting enriched, getting enlightened. So with this enlightenment, the delusional clinging will go. And free of delusional clinging, do all work. The next is a beautiful verse which I want all of you to understand. You have no idea of spirituality. Who is a Swami? He is wearing ochre robe, shaven his head. He does not shave every day, maybe once in a month. That is, this is the difference. क्या बात है? सक्ता कर्मण्य विद्वांसो यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्यात् विद्वांस तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुः लोकसंग्रहम्. Just the man of clinging. All of you are people with clinging in various degrees. I wish you are not. All these people with delusional clinging are unenlightened. They are ignorant. They are fools. Unwise. In which manner they act in this world? In the same manner the wise man also should act. In the same manner the wise man also should act. But attitudinally he is different. Chigirshuhu loka sangraham. Whatever I do is meant for the benefit of the world. This is his idea. In your work, what are you doing? I am doing anything for my family. I spent so much of money, I made so much of effort, I did so much of suffering, but no recognition. This is what most of the family members say. Now this man, if he is not able to have this clinging, he has done away with the clinging, then kuryat vidvams tatha saktaha, the enlightened man, overcoming delusion, should be able to work exactly like the deluded people seemingly, but chigirshuhu loka sangraham. All his work is meant for the benefit of world welfare. So it is an attitudinal expansion that is called for. Attitudinal expansion. Am I clear? हाँ? मन विकसित होना चाहिए. मन का विकास पूर्ण होगा जब आपके मन में लगातार दुनिया के प्रति, विश्व के कल्याण के प्रति विचार जागृत रहता है. You are the same. Your house is the same. Your work is the same. But your attitude, मन का भाव, बुद्धि का विचार बिल्कुल बदलता है. In the 4th chapter, he gives a beautiful verse which I would like you to understand. If you are intelligent, you will grasp what I say and make use of it. Otherwise, I will go and what I spoke also will come along with me. Yadrichālābha santushto dvandvātīto vimatsaraha samassiddhāva siddhauja kritvāpi na nibadhyade. I said objects cannot give you contentment, but your mind can give. How the mind gives? When? The formula is mentioned here. Boliye. Yadrichalapasantushto
यदृच्छालाभसन्तुष्टो
द्वन्द्वातीतो विमत्सरः
द्वन्द्वातीतो विमत्सरः
समसिद्धावसिद्धौ च
समसिद्धावसिद्धौ च
कृत्वापि न निबध्यते.
कृत्वापि न निबध्यते.
This is a line I would like you to write on your walls. Yadrichha labha santushtaha. Santushti cannot come from the object, I said. From where it comes? Yadrichha labha santushtaha. Decide from today onwards that I will be happy with whatever providence or chance brings. Everything is brought by the chance, by the providence. Early in the morning the sun rises. Are you doing any homa for it?
No.
Huh? In the evening it sets. The moon also shines. The seasons come and go. The earth goes on revolving at great speed, 25,000 kilometers per hour or so, and it is going around the sun. Are you causing them? All our days are because of this. So everything in our life is brought by chance or providence. And whatever providence brings, choose to become contented by it. Whatever providence brings, I am happy. I am happy. So santushti can be such that you are happy with whatever the providence brings and understand that everything is brought by providence. This is the one formula which will make you contented. This is not a physical formula. It's a formula for the mind. Understood first by the intelligence, applied by it on to the mind, and the mind is evenized, harmonized and integrated by the intelligence. Dvandvātīto vimatsaraha. The dvandva that constitutes the world is sukha and dukkha. You become adhita, as I have already explained. Become even to sukha dukkhas and transcend them. Samasiddhava siddhauja. Whatever you do may succeed, may not succeed. Normally, if you plan an action and execute the action will be completed and will be successful. Very rarely it is otherwise. So you should not worry about it. So whether it is siddhi or asiddhi, expected fruition or non-fruition, your mind should remain even. Decide and tell the mind, from today onwards, I am prepared to accept whatever comes as a result of my considered, devout and committed action. I will not reduce in my qualities of performance. In spite of it, if a reverse outcome comes or a negative outcome comes, I am quite at home. My role is only to act, and I am acting very well. Here is a verse. These are all points which you should remember. Jnana vijnana triptatma kudastho vijidendriyaha yukta ityuchyate yogi samaloshtashma kanchanaha. I only want to explain one phrase from there. Jnana vijnana triptatma. Boliye.
Jnana vijnana triptatma.
Jnana vijnana triptatma.
Jnana vijnana triptatma.
Boliye.
Jnana vijnana triptatma. Jnana vijnana triptatma. Jnana Vijnana Triptatma.
Bas. What is the meaning? One who is contented, delighted, satisfied, who feels fulfilled by jnana and vijnana. Jnana refers to initially understanding intelligently the subject of wisdom. After understanding it, he doesn't stop. He starts practicing it. So the jnana which he had becomes vijnana, concurrent with his mind, with his thoughts, with his intelligence. When jnana and vijnana grow well, he becomes delighted. Why did I leave everything in Calcutta years back? Only because I felt this knowledge itself gives contentment. And I should resign myself to this knowledge, its pursuit and propagation, so that it will be known by the others. So far as I am concerned, I will not lose in the proposition. Jnana Vijnana Triptatma. I wanted to be a Jnana Vijnana Triptatma. You tell me, for the stomach, an edible meal causes contentment. For the mind, some kind of a peace or placidity. Tell me, what will delight the intelligence? Boliye? Huh? Knowledge alone is the thirst of the intelligence. Do you have intelligence? आप लोगों में बुद्धि है या नहीं? बुद्धि का भोजन क्या है? ज्ञानामृतम भोजनम. So jnana vijnana triptatma. I wish at least one or two rise up from this crowd and say, Swamiji, I want to be a jnana vijnana triptatma. आप लोग चाहते हैं, पैसा चाहते हैं, नौकरी चाहते हैं, घर चाहते हैं. Can you not reach a state where you are contented by knowledge and its realization? When you go into your mind and you are able to train it properly, engage it in meditation, etc., you know what will happen? Our subject is the source of joy. In all these things I am speaking about the source of joy. Sukhamatyandigam yattad buddhigrahyam adindriyam vetti yatra na chaivayam sthidaschalati tattvadaha yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate na adhigam tadaha yasmin sthidho na dukkhena guruna abhivichalyate. Bah. These two verses are sufficient for you. Each one is sufficient. I said Sukha Dukkhas are common in life. Nobody has to specially generate it, welcome it, preserve it. It is part of your life. Then what is not part of your life? Sukhamatyandigam yattad buddhigrahyam adindriyam. Would you like to repeat? Sukhamatyandigam yattad
Sukhamatyantikam yattad
buddhigrahyam adindriyam
Buddhigrahyam adindriyam
vetti yatra na chaivayam
vetti yatra na chaivayam
sthidaschalati tattvadaha.
sthidaschalati tattvataha.
When you probe into your mind, when you probe into your mind and you want to, you cannot but. There is a sukha. Atyandikyam yattad buddhigrahyam adindriyam. That sukha can be grasped only by the buddhi. I was explaining to you sleep. I showed very clearly that the I alone is present in sleep and that I is blissful. Was it not clear? Huh? Now, how did it become clear? Did it become clear to your mind or to your buddhi? Buddhi. Buddhigrahyam. Our senses cannot grasp the sukha of sleep, but the buddhi can. Adindriyam. It is above the senses. But it is endless sukha. The sukha coming from the eye is endless because eye is endless. Veti yatra chaivayam sthidaschalati tattvadaha. This is what you will know by a process of inner absorption, contemplation, by trying for it. How do you define the end of spirituality, the goal of spirituality? Yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadhiyam tataha yasmin sthidona dukkhena gurunabhi vichalyade. Bah. This is the goal of life. This is what Krishna promised and to a very large extent instilled and infused into Arjuna by his 2.5 hour dialogue. Boliye. Yam labdhva chaparam labham.
Yam labdhva chaparam labham.
Manyate nadhiyam tataha.
Manyate nadhikam tataha.
Yasmin sthito na dukkhena.
Yasmin sthito na dukkhena.
Guruna vichalyate.
Guruna vichalyate.
Yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadhiyam tadaha. After gaining which, you find that there is nothing more to gain. मुझे प्राप्त हुआ है, जो प्राप्त हुआ है उससे अधिक कुछ नहीं बचता. सबसे आखिर जो है वो मुझे मिला है. This kind of an experiential confidence you will have. What is further? Yasmin sthidona dukkhena guranaabhi vichalyade. Suppose you are able to reach that state and abide in this, then even the worst of misery and calamity will not shake you. Do you want anything more than this? Huh? कि खोलकर बोलते हैं सत्य है. You will not be shaken by any kind of a dukkha, any kind of a misery or torment, and you will feel nothing more is to be attained. This is what spirituality promises, Bhagavad Gita promises. Don't compare it with the fleeting joys or thrills that you are having. How will you get it? Prashanta manasam hyenam yoginam sukhamuttamam upaidi shantarajasam brahmabhutam akalmasham. This is to be attained by one prashanta manasam hyenam. The mind should become placid, calm, serene, beautiful. Whenever you think of your children, always think of them. Let my son, let my daughter have a comfortable mind, pleasant mind, cheerful mind, peaceful mind. Don't bless them with riches, with makans. This is what anybody wants. When you go to the temple, speak about this. Don't ask for anything else. Prashanta manasam hyenam yoginam sukhamuttamam. When the mind becomes calm, uttamam sukham upaidi. The best form of delight irresistibly comes to him, though not that he has to go and seek. It flows to him. Brahma bhutam akalvasham. It comes from Brahman and it has got no sin at all. What will happen? The mind will expand. What is this expansion? Sarva bhudastham atmanam sarva bhudani chatmani ikshate yoga yukta atma sarvatra samadarshanaha. Sarvabhutasthamatmanam
सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं
sarvabhutani chatmani
सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि
ikshate yoga yuktatma
ईक्षते योगयुक्तात्मा
sarvatra samadarshanaha.
सर्वत्र समदर्शनः.
I told you that this can be approached and gained only by the intelligence. All of you are intelligent. Use your intelligence and listen to me. Don't be restricted. Sarva bhudastham atmanam. The presence that you have in your body, the presence that animates your body, you know that presence, because it is animating your body, made up of Panchabhutas, it is equally present in all the Panchabhutas wherever they are. Can you understand this?
Yes.
Huh? Boliye na.
Yes.
In Panchabhutas, what are there? The solid earth, the fluid water, the gaseous air, the hot and brilliant fire, and the indescribable space. All the Panchabhutas, all of them are together there in our body. And in that body of Panchabhutas, our presence is there, spiritual presence. Because it is so subtle and pervasive, it has pervaded the Panchabhutas in the body. If it has pervaded the Panchabhutas in the body, by the same token, will it not be pervading Panchabhutas everywhere? This is what our intelligence tells us. So you tell me, the I or the spiritual presence that animates your body, is it restricted to your body or it is comprehending the universe?
Comprehending the universe.
Boliye na thoda. Don't be cowards and don't be fools. It is a question of intelligence. 5 plus 3 kitna hai? In the same manner you should be able to accept it. You are not bringing 5 and 3 joining and then telling me 8. You say 8. 8 multiplied by 10, 80, you say. If the presence is penetrating, pervading in the Panchabhautik body, will it not be equally pervading all the Panchabhutas everywhere?
Yes.
So the Atma in you, is it only in the body or it is in all bodies? When are you going to think and accept this? इस जन्म में होगा क्या? हाँ? जानवर के समान रहने से नहीं होगा, मनुष्य के समान रहना चाहिए, बुद्धि का प्रयोग करना चाहिए, मन से मनन करना, बुद्धि से विचार करना. यदि आंतरिक उपस्थिति जिसको हम मैं शब्द से सूचित कर रहा हूँ, पांचभौतिक शरीर में वो उपस्थित है, व्यापक है, जहाँ जहाँ पंचभूत है वहाँ वहाँ उपस्थित है. इसीलिए मैं देही मात्र नहीं, मैं सर्वव्यापी हूँ, सर्वव्यापी हूँ. This is an understanding for the intelligence. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. Sarvabhudastam atmanam sarvabhutani chatmani. The next point I am explaining, be careful to grasp. Sarvabhutani chatmani. You should perceive all beings as in me, in oneself. What does it mean? Suppose you are looking at the sun. Do you go to the sun? Huh? Huh? Do you bring the sun? Still, how are you seeing it? बोलिए ना थोड़ा. हम सूर्य के पास जा रहे हैं, सूर्य हमारे पास आ रहा है, फिर भी सूर्य का दर्शन होता है. कहाँ होता है? यहाँ. हमारे भीतर तो जो कुछ देखा जा रहा है, सब कुछ हम देखते हैं शरीर के भीतर, मानसिक क्षेत्र में, प्रतिच्छाया के रूप में. So whatever I see, is it in me or outside me? बोलिए ना. ये क्या है, किस लिए है? So many of you are seated there. I am here. I am seeing every one of you. Where am I seeing? Here. हाँ? कहाँ? भीतर. ये भीतर हम, every one of you is imprinted in me. That imprint is what I am seeing. सबकी प्रतिच्छाया मेरे भीतर बनती है. उस प्रतिच्छाया को हम देख रहे हैं. जब सूर्य को, नक्षत्रों को, सारे विश्व को मैं देख रहा हूँ, सारा विश्व मेरे अंदर अंकित हो रहा है, इम्प्रिंट हो रहा है. So is it not right that all the beings are in me? चुप रहा. See the covered is? Huh? When I am seeing all of you, are you not imprinted in me? So the entire world is imprinted in me. Unless it is imprinted, I cannot see. Unless it is imprinted, I cannot see. Seeing means getting imprinted. So I am able to see the entire world because it is imprinted in me, in me, in me. So is there any way of seeing anything except in me? हाँ? अच्छा नहीं लगता. एक आदमी सीमित स्वर से बोलता है, जोर से कोई नहीं बोलता. I cannot see anything except when it is imprinted in me. Is it right or not? आपके बेटे के प्रति ये सही है, मकान के प्रति सही है, गाड़ी के प्रति सही है. Whatever you see, it is always imprinted in you. So you must be able to come out of your shackles and say, the entire world is imprinted in me. I cannot see anything except as in me, not outside me. यदि साक्षात भगवान आपके सम्मुख खड़े हो रहे हैं, उनका दर्शन कब होगा? बाहर रहने से होगा क्या? भगवान की छाया मेरे अंतर में बननी चाहिए, तब तो भगवान का दर्शन हुआ. तब भगवान को अपना कर हम दर्शन करते हैं, अपना कर, अपने में. यदि भगवान का दर्शन अपने में हो रहा है, भगवान ऊंचा है या हम ऊंचे? थोड़ा हंसिए ना. एटलीस्ट दैट देख लीजिए ना, यही ज्ञान है. इस ज्ञान प्राप्त होने पर अर्जुन स्थिर हो गया, मजबूत हो गया लड़ने में. It is this knowledge that made Arjuna stable, poised, harmonious. was able to take weapon one after the other and aim at Bhishma, Drona and the others. It is this knowledge. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yati va dukkham sa yogi paramo madaha. This is the supreme statement of Bhagavad Gita. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. You should see everything in this world as alike yourself. It is in the self, inside the body, that every perception, जो कोई साइट है, दर्शन है, शब्द है, दूसरा कोई है, सब कुछ लगातार बनता रहता है। कहाँ? अपने शरीर के भीतर या बाहर? हमारे शरीर के भीतर क्या है? आत्मा तो है। आत्मा नामक जो उपस्थिति भीतर है, उस पर ही सारी छायाएं बनती रहती हैं। नाउ यू टेल मी, सारा कुछ आत्ममय है या दूसरा कुछ है? आत्ममय है। भगवान भी आत्ममय है। जब सभी को हम आत्ममय समझ लेते हैं, समम पश्यति अर्जुना, जो कुछ हो मैं देखता हूँ मेरे शरीर के भीतर छाया के रूप में। हाथी भी छाया है, घोड़ा भी छाया है, भगवान भी छाया है, सूर्य भी छाया है, सब कुछ मेरे भीतर उत्पन्न होने वाली छाया है। सब छायामय है, आत्ममय है। इस प्रकार समम पश्यति अर्जुना, सभी को एक समान देखने वाला कौन योगी है? सुखम वा यदि वा दुखम, वो दर्शन या छाया सुख देने वाला हो या दुख देने वाला हो, सभी आत्ममय ही है। इस प्रकार एक समान देखने वाला जो कोई योगी है, वो सर्वश्रेष्ठ सर्वोत्तम बनता है। Now I am asking you, am I not explaining it properly? हाँ? थोड़ा देख लीजिए ना। Even the sukha is atmamaya, dukkha is atmamaya. Where are you feeling it? In you. What is in you? The soul is in you. So it is in the spiritual presence animating the body that the feeling of dukkha, the chaya of dukkha falls. And again, sukha, the chaya of sukha also gets formed. So are not sukha dukkhas atmamaya? हाँ? सभी तो नहीं बोलते। आप सोचते नहीं, इसीलिए नहीं समझ पाते। दर्शन कहाँ होता है? यहाँ होता है क्या? दर्शन जो कोई अनुभव है, शरीर जड़ है, जड़ शरीर में कोई अनुभव नहीं होगा। अनुभव होता है मानसिक क्षेत्र में। मन जिसको हम बोलते हैं वो आत्मा की अभिव्यक्ति है। आत्मा जो अभिव्यक्ति है, उस पर तो सुख बनता है, दुख बनता है। सुख हो या दुख हो, आत्ममय है या नहीं, बुद्धि से जवाब दीजिए। इसी प्रकार रहिए। मुझे एक प्लस कोई कभी नहीं दे पाएगा। मुझ में एक माइनस भी नहीं बना सकेगा। Nobody can add a plus to me, nor inflict a minus to me. I am full and abundant by myself. Our body is full with substances. Besides the body, I am full with consciousness. So I am a giver, if at all, not a taker. I am not a beggar from the world, but I am a bestower to the world. इसी प्रकार तो होना चाहिए. होगा या? कब होगा? ना अगली जन्म में ना इस जन्म में. You know, I am very happy. I am very happy when I explain this, and I have a feeling that people are understanding. I was a boy born in a village. We had all the religious and devotional traditions. I never knew anything about spirituality. I started knowing it after meeting my Gurudev. See, it is that boy who has grown to this level to understand and explain matters. What I am writing in Vichara Setu, the Science of Inner Redemption articles, I think how many people read them, I don't know. In the projector, Yoga Vasistha verses come on the screen, in the wall, and I am looking at, reading, trying to understand, and then I write. I was one day telling our brahmacharini, Pranadi, do you understand the value of my sitting here and seeing these verses? I think about them. These are the verses Vasistha Deva discussed in the palace of Ayodhya in Treta Yuga. Rama's father was there, possibly mothers also were there, palace officials were there, citizenly chiefs were there, many administrative officers were there, a number of brahmanas were there, yogis were there, ascetics were there, sannyasins were there. All of them were listening to Vasistha Deva. It is that conversation, that dialogue that I am reading and I am writing about it. What do you speak of this great country? Are you able to understand what I said? Yes. Huh? Yes. Millennia have passed, but we still have it in the form of a book. What do you think of our predecessors, my dear souls? How did they preserve this treasure? What he spoke then, I am writing about it now. What a great history is this. I don't think you have any heart and mind to feel the pulse called India. I said, think of baskets and baskets of flowers which are brought to worship a Lord. My dear girl, they are nothing before this imagination, this reflection. I am reading them, thinking about them, trying to understand them and narrate. What a wonderful level of perception. I completed the Nirvana Prakarana only recently. Now I started writing from the first. I first heard of Yoga Vasistha Ramayana when I was in my professional life from Calcutta. Then a few verses my brother sent me, and I read one verse which I have written about in Vichara Setu. One verse I read from it. Bapre. I was saying, what is the end? Where is the goal? When shall I say, I have attained the supreme? This is the verse, would you like to hear? Naishkarmyena na tasyartho, na tasyarthosti karmabhihi, na samadhi japabhyam va yasya nirvasanam manaha. Naishkarmya is a siddhi in spirituality. For this person, Naishkarmya is of no consequence, importance, or great and noble deeds have no relevance, no meaning. Na samadhi japabhyam va. Even samadhi and japa will have no meaning and purpose for him. For whom? Yasya nirvasanam manaha. Whose mind is free from desires. Whose mind is free from desires. Like a parasamani, this verse struck my mind. That is the time I started developing greater interest in Yoga Vasistha Ramayana, started reading and explaining to people. I went to Malaysia and spoke about it. Immediately one Dr. Rao said, you should write a book. I started writing the first book, Quietude of the Mind. He came to the ashram and gave me the money saying that print the book. I started writing at that time, the first book. Then when that was completed, I took up this Nirvana Prakarana. And that is the long, very huge, both the Purva and Apara, both portions have been finished. And what a wonderful statement Sri Rama makes at the end. Bah! At least I have a satisfaction that one person like me is able to read, appreciate what sage Vasistha said and Valmiki documented. So their efforts have been very fruitful. How many millennia, thousands of years have passed, and the book is still glittering in our country. Even if 10 people have read it, the purpose is fulfilled. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sayogi paramo madaha. I will end it up with one verse and stop. This is from 18th chapter 56 verse. Sarva karmanyabhi sada
सर्वकर्माण्यपि सदा
kurvano madvyapashrayah
कुर्वाणो मद्व्यपाश्रयः
matprasadadavapnoti
तत्प्रसादादवाप्नोति
shashvatam padamavyayam.
शाश्वतं पदमव्ययम्.
So far I spoke about a lot of wisdom, challenging buddhi. Here it is not. Krishna says in the 18th chapter, Sarva karmanyabhi sada kurvano. Don't ask any question. Don't look for dharma and adharma, propriety and impropriety, vidhi and nishedha. Throw away all considerations. Whatever karma is to be done, it is all within the world, and this world is created by God. So all karmas are within the range of God. Don't think about them. Always do madvyapashreha, but taking your rest and dependence on me. Here Krishna is speaking as a guru to the disciple. So Guru and God make no difference at all. So all the karmas be performing, but madvyapashrayaha. Having your reliance and rest in me. This is all what you have to do. All karmas you are already performing. अभी तो करते रहते हैं. करते समय madvyapashrayaha हो जाइए. Have sufficient dependence on God. That's all. One plus factor. Mat prasadad avapnodi shashvatam padamavyayam. By virtue of my pleasure, my contentment, you will attain interminable shashvatam padam abode. All that is required is what? madvyapashrayaha. एक शब्द है, इसको भी लिख कर रखिए. Stop all thoughts, all conflicts, all considerations. Let the Shastras say anything, let them be satisfied. For you the formula is, where the earth is resting, there I have my refuge. where so many celestial bodies are revolving in their trajectory without conflicting between one another. I am having my refuge in that. It does not matter what I do, where I do, in whichever manner I do. This connection with God, if you can keep, that is the end of it. Sarva karmanyapi sada kurvano madvyapashraya mad prasadad avapnodi shashwadam padamavyayam. What more do you want? इसमें कठिनाई कुछ है क्या? हाँ? नहीं। कौन बोलता है? एक आदमी ना, आपने नहीं सुना? इसमें कठिनाई कुछ है क्या? आसान तो है। भगवान मुझसे 1 मिलीमीटर भी दूर नहीं, और भगवान मुझे 1 मिलीमीटर दूर पर नहीं कर पाएंगे भी। I and my God, we are together interwoven. इसी प्रकार का एक विचार रखिए मन में, और जो कुछ चाहिए करते रहिए, आपका शाश्वत पद प्राप्त हो जाएगा। ठीक है, समाप्त। संवेद्यवर्जितमनुत्तममेकमाद्यं संवित्पदं विकलनं कलयन् महात्मन् हृद्येव तिष्ठ कलनारहितक्रियां तु कुर्वन् अकर्तृपदमेत्य शमोदितश्रीः कुर्वन् अकर्तृपदमेत्य शमोदितश्रीः। Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru. Now we shall have a conclusional Omkara before getting up. Take the mudra and be ready. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru.